Hey, how's it going? My name's Jason. I love electronic music and I love the gear we use to make it. And this channel is all about both of those things. Now, I recently purchased the H90 pedal by Eventide and I haven't had a chance to dig into the distortion all that much. I've read online that they kind of get mixed reviews, but I wanted to see for myself. So I'm going to be taking the Aggravate algorithm to start off with through the paces with my Moog Subsequent 25. We're going to be checking it out together. The way that Eventide describes Aggravate is that it's an octave fuzz inspired by famous classic analog octave fuzzes from the 70s. And that's what I've found through this. That describes it quite well. You're getting a tone from this that does sound analog, so it pairs really nicely with an analog synth. And it is sometimes subtle, sometimes more extreme. It can add coloration to it. It can add extra tones and overtones. And it can take especially more smooth sounding waveforms like the triangle and really take them in different directions, really transform them in a really cool analog sort of way. It's really good for bass lines and it's really good for lead lines, as you're going to see. So let's dive into this pedal together. I've really enjoying checking out all the different algorithms on the H90. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. I'm trying to do this on a regular basis. So let's dive in. Now, I'm gonna start out with just a simple kind of housey bass line on the Subsequent 25. See, it's got kind of that organ-y bass line house part. So let's go into the parameters, and we've got mix, fuzz, octave, which is cool. You can take it up the octave. And I imagine you can blend the two. That's cool. I'm gonna just have it with a single oscillator. So right now, that's just a simple triangle. If we take that, and it's totally transforming it with the fuzz. That's cool. Now, so we've got fuzz, we've got the octave. We can move over to how thick the tone is. Let's go back to mix all the way. And then we can sculpt it from there. Let's just take it off and we can sculpt our sound. That's cool. So you can get a really extra thick tone, or you can really take them out. And then we've got tone to brighten it or darken it. And then we've got bias. That's cool. It's adding like a extra distortion to it. I imagine that's kind of emulating tube distortion. And then we've got a filter envelope. Yeah, it sounds like it's working with the tone there. That's pretty cool. And then resonance. That's cool. So working with the filter envelope and different shapes. Then we have pumping, which is kind of giving us a sidechain effect. And yeah, that's all of the features. So what I want to do is kind of see how it interacts with the different oscillators. So yeah, let's start out with just a triangle wave. Let's see what happens when we start dialing it in. Get some fuzz at like 20. That's cool. Get some octave. And for fun, let's add another triangle. That's cool. octave. Ooh, that's nice and dirty. That's with the second oscillator up 7 semitones, more subtle. Remember, that's all it is at first. Right? And bring that in. I like that. Take off the... Oh yeah, you can kind of get into more metal territory when you take the mids down. Yeah, you can see how they're going for that kind of metal. I remember when I was younger, I had this pedal called the Metal X pedal or something like that. It's kind of going for that, right? You can imagine. I like that. I dig that. Okay, let's try adding... We're going to bring the mids back so it's less extreme. Let's try adding this bias. We're going to take the filter envelope off. I like that. So it also kind of degrades the signal. I can hear a lot of potential for that, and if we kind of bring in some more tone, add this oscillator. You know what, let's try and get like a Reese kind of sound going here, just some saw waves. See what it does with that. Oh, I like that. I like with the bias, the octave up. That's funny. Doesn't like that. The octave off. There we go. Let's try using the filter here. You know what we need? Let's do this so I can make this work better. We're gonna feed this into an actual filter. We're gonna go to modulation, mod filter. This will give us a chance to sweep a filter. As you can see, because the filter is happening pre-distortion, when you turn on the filter, it really weakens the distortion sound for the Reese, as you can see. So you got to keep it all the way open. This is going to allow us to change that. And it works. Let's try it with some reverb. I like that. Okay, we'll go back to the Aggravate. Oh, I like that. That's like a definite change. Yeah, I could see that totally being usable. And I like it because the Aggravate is subtle. It's not like over the top, but it's definitely changing the character of what you would have from the synth alone. And I think it's doing it in a really high quality sort of way. I'd love to hear your comments there. What do you think about the tone of this? What do you think about the sound of this as it interacts with this synthesizer? Okay, one last thing I want to do here is check out kind of the lead sound with this. I'm going to go with just a straight sawtooth. Yeah, and just see what it sounds like, because I really kind of dig when you take more of a pure tone from a synthesizer and then put it into some distortion. Let's go to the parameters, back to the Aggravate. We're going to start out without any of this stuff. This is just the sound of the subsequent 25. Let's now try it, adding in some Aggravate to see what it does to the tone. Take off the bias right now. Ooh, that changes it quite a lot, eh? It out. Okay, let's try with the octave. Kind of cool. I gotta say, I'm not like in love with it. The octave. Let's try the bias. Yeah, you can see I like it with the envelope and the resonance up a bit, the pump coming in a little. Let's try with the triangle wave just to see what that sounds like. Wait a minute. Oh wow, see the difference? I think this is where it shines. This 808 sound. Remember what it sounds like before. Right? You cannot make this sound with the synth alone. Sculpt it a little. So I'm going to leave it there. And I think I've really explored a lot with the Aggravate. It's more on the subtle side when it comes to a synthesizer, but I think it's cool to have it there to create a bit of a different tone with your bass lines, with your melodies. And it can also really transform, say, a sine wave or triangle wave when you're trying to get an 808 sound, more of a distorted one. But I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say. Feel free to leave your comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Just getting my start on YouTube, so really appreciate the support. Any like kind of helps promote the channel and get it to a wider audience. So feel free to leave comments if you'd like me to check out other things in the H90. I'm going to be doing more videos to come. That's all for today. Take care. Bye.